Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Joe Emilio Show. My name is Joe Emilio. I'm the host of the show, and thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Before I bring on my guests, there's two of them, guests. I just want to remind you guys, please, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and give the video a like if you enjoy it, and join the Telegram channel. It's a channel, not a group, where you get notified of all the upcoming uploads and live streams. And then also, if you have a question for my guests, please do not hesitate to use the super chat function. By YouTube law, I have to address it, and it supports the channel as well. And then very quickly as well, tomorrow we are doing a Rebel Store auction and giveaway, so you don't want to miss out on that. That's tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. Please tune in to that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my guests this evening. I'm very curious. They sent me a lot of information about what they're doing. One of whom have been on the show before. You might remember Ridell. She's a violinist, a pianist. We were talking about there's a term in music when you're really popular, but nobody knows what your name is. Nobody knows who you are. Killing something. I forgot the term, but she was on the show. She played the violin. She was lovely. Now she's brought her friend, and they're doing something together. They're doing workshops, but I'm not going to explain the entire thing. I'm going to let them explain it. They're here to talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Welcome to the show. That's the one, Hired Gun. Thank you, Ridell, Hired Gun. Welcome to the show, Ridell and Linda.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good.
Thank
you.
Excited to be here.
There we go. Christo, Hired Gun, also helping me out. Thank you, Christo. Cool. Thank you all so much for tuning in and joining us. Cool, guys. So you've started something called Awaken Your Heartsong. I believe I'm saying that correctly. And tell us, what is it about? Who wants to go first?
So, do you want to go, Joe? I don't mind.
You go first.
So we're very excited about this workshop. It's I think people today there's so many people who need upliftment and need to feel inspired again, and maybe have lost their way a bit and become disillusioned because there's so much noise happening in the world, and noise in their heads, and depression and all kinds of things like that. And so Awaken Your Heartsong is really a workshop where, through processes and music and sound and silence, we take people on a journey back to their hearts. Because I think we spend so much time in our minds and our heads, and we could actually go off our heads. And so to connect the mind to the heart, and just to really get back to one's essence, and to remember who you actually are, because you can get caught up in so much of what's going on in the media. I mean, it's just, if you had to listen to the media 24/7, you would just go insane. And so there's so much stuff happening in our external world, and it's to actually just go within again and to discover what your essence is, what your truth is. And are you living on purpose? Asking yourself these questions. Are you living on purpose? Are you living the life you want to live? Or is it just, are you robotic? Are you becoming just doing the same moves, doing the same actions day in and day out, and never really achieving what you want? So these are all the different things we're going to be addressing. And Jo has she's actually created some beautiful tracks. I mean, there's an amazing track, which is a surprise track we're going to launch on the actual workshop, which she's composed, and it's just beautiful. So we're bringing Jo's music in, and we're bringing some. So Jo, you talk about the music side, because you're our music fundi.
the crazy vibrations in my head and everything, the little bit that I know. So, I mean, everything vibrates around us, in us. Everything is vibration and frequency, and everything reacts to other frequencies. And, wood vibrates. And for instance, if you put a tuning fork on wood and you hit it really hard, it vibrates. If you put it on, it actually, you can hear that sound even louder through wood, which is really amazing. And when we're the same, and we have different vibrations, different frequencies, and I think a lot of times we live in such a low frequency, and we also care so much about other people and love other people and forgive other people, but we forget about ourselves. We don't self-invest. And I found through the Master Key experience, we call it an MKE, that I've done with Mark J. and Klaus Wallenberg, which is now Dr. Klaus Wallenberg with the color code. He was my personal guide for 6 months through a journey like this. And I'm still not where I want to be or living every day like I want to. But it's helped so much in raising my vibration. So we want to share a lot of that and what Linda knows and my crazy musician mind and experiences. So we've combined it and we've just created this. We just felt we need to do this and we want to and share it.
Awesome. Well, Ridell, we know a bit about you already because you were on my show before, but I really want Linda, if you don't mind, just giving a bit of your background what led you to do this?
So I'm actually a transformation life coach and family constellation facilitator, and I've been doing that for a couple of years. Years ago, I used to be in the corporate world in FMCG marketing, and then I had my children, and then I kind of thought, do I really want to go back into that environment? And the answer was no. I want to do something more meaningful and something that makes my soul really smile. And so I got into the life coaching, and I love it. I love doing life coaching, and I love doing group works and workshops. And so it's quite funny because I did a vision board about 2 years ago, and on this vision board I put life coaching workshops, and I had all the different faculties, music and arts and dancing and this, and I didn't know how it was all going to come about. It was just like, I know I have to integrate this and yoga and all these different things into my workshops. And then Joe and I were chatting a couple of months ago, and it was like, why don't we just do this workshop? Why don't we combine music and life coaching and there it was, without even thinking it. I would never, if you had said to me 2 years ago, you're going to be doing this workshop with Joe, and I would never have believed you. And then it just happened. So it just shows you what we focus on and what we put out there, without even thinking about it again, we manifest it. And so the more positive things we focus on, and the more things that we focus on that we want to create rather than not want to create, the more we focus on those positive things, the more we're going to attract them. And what amazes me is the whole synchronicity of life. Just things show up when you actually need them, or things show up and you're like, oh gosh, I actually did, I wrote that down a while ago, and that is what is so amazing, about life, is that we are our creators, and we don't have to be in reaction to everything all the time. We can choose, and that is becoming so much more part of my reality daily. And some days you get it right and some days you don't. And you just pick it up again and you start over again, you brush yourself off and I think that's the human experience. None of us is perfect, and none of us, we don't even want to strive for perfection, because that's just, it's not even something that's real. It's just what we have now in the moment. All that I know is that I'm speaking to you guys now. What's going to happen in 10 minutes? I don't know. But all I know is that I can be present and enjoy this time right now. And that's what's important, is to actually make every little moment in our lives count. And be mindful of what we are thinking, and what thought processes are going through our minds, how we're behaving, how we're reacting. The more mindful we become of our own behavior, the more we can start to create what we want. And this is what I love. And even with children, and Joe's taught my daughter to play the piano. So Joe's also has this connection with kids, and I love working with kids as well. So this what we're doing now is just it's the start of a rollout of ideas, and yeah, it probably is a bit wacky. I don't know if any other workshops like this around, but it's you know what, it's not going to be boring, that's for sure. It's going to be an exciting workshop, and it's going to allow people to tap into it. It's not going to be fickle. It's going to be tapping into the depth of your being, but you're going to have fun, and it's going to be soulful and interactive, and that's what we really want to bring to, it's not just Joe and I talking, it's everybody who's participating, just doing exercises and doing, processes to tap into that beautiful heart of theirs.
Can you give us an example of an exercise? Just one quick example. Just can be like.
You know what? We're going to be playing some music, and we're going to get people to connect to their emotions through that. So different music. Like music is the universal language. So I can listen to a song that's in Italian. I might not have a cooking clue what the words mean, and what comes to mind is Andrea Bocelli or Eros Ramazzotti. Now I can listen to their music and I'm like, ooh, and but I haven't got a cooking clue what they're singing about. I mean, they could be saying, gosh, I'm going to murder my girlfriend and drop her in the ocean. Sounds damn good. So music has this amazing ability to connect us to our hearts and to connect us to our emotions. So we're going to be playing in one section different types of music which evoke different emotions, and we're going to get people to connect to that. And we, even for the guys out there, I mean, we're going to be including heavy metal and some interesting things.
All right.
Because there's one song, I'm not going to give it away, but there's one Metallica track that I just love, and it's my favorite, and it gives me goosebumps. So
Enter Sandman. It has to be Enter Sandman. It has to be.
We're not saying, but it's so we're going to include some of Joe's music. We're going to include music that people have heard before. So it's really connecting, because nothing connects us to our emotions like music or sound or even silence. Silence is very powerful, and how many of us actually enjoy the silence when it presents itself to us. We sometimes run away from the silence, and we want the noise and the busyness because it distracts us. So what we're doing here is we're going to be taking people, we call it a journey here, Joe. It's a journey through the senses, a journey through different sounds, connecting that to the being, to the body, not just, the mind. We want people to get out of their heads and connect with their being, their whole being, connect the mind to the heart. And there's no better way of doing that than through sound and through vibration, as what Joe mentioned earlier, because different music has different vibrations, and that affects us. It has like a ripple effect. So it's going to be, it's a very, very, if I can put it like this, people are going to be using all their senses in this workshop. So.
All right. That sounds cool. I think, what you mentioned earlier is, your life coach. And I'm curious because, I understand the life coach aspect of it. The music part and mixing those two together sounds very interesting, especially when you mentioned that, you're going to have heavy metal. Because I'm picturing people in a room lying down and listening to soothing violin or piano in the background, and then all of a sudden, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, look, it's not going to be scary. It's not going to be scary at all. It's going to be a gentle process, and it's they're going to enjoy it. It's It's really going to be fun and enjoyable, and it's going to get, it's almost like sometimes, you live with blinkers on, or you live, and then you take the blinkers off and you can actually see clearly again. But meantime, everything was around you already, but you're just seeing differently. So that is our intention, is for people to be able to take a fresh look at their lives and to actually see all their potential and to actually explore this within. And so music is so powerful. And even when I've done children's workshops using the music, it has the most, and even just taking, and I've got a little, sorry, did this in a kids workshop, got them to take their cans, and we created music with this. And there was nobody conducting the children. I'm not a musician. And the kids just found their own rhythm and they found their own beat. It just took one child to take the lead and start the beat. And you know what? It takes you into, if you think of drumming, it takes you into a space, doesn't it? It takes you into a soulful, spiritual space. And that's what music does. And it doesn't have to be drumming. My husband, for example, music is his religion. And he goes and he plays concerts and he does this thing, and that's his way of de-stressing, of bringing happiness. And so music is a way of healing the heart as well. And if we combine that with the life coaching techniques and tools, it becomes a really beautiful process. So yeah, it's Joe, we're very excited, hey?
Oh yeah. Scared too, but I think I got over that now.
Yeah, I mean,
diving, and that's it. It's not to be perfect. That's probably we can have fun, and that's what it's about. And it's the expression as well of expressing yourself, and not just all la-di-da stuff. I teach my students as well. When you're angry, just go on the piano. Go take it out. It's regulating your emotions and then expressing in a different way that you can't always in words.
Yeah, and also it's ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are watching might be interested, it's in the comfort of your home as well. So this is done on a Zoom meeting, which is also quite interesting. So how does that work? I mean, do you guys, obviously you guys show yourselves, but do you like, if you have a customer or a client that doesn't want to show themselves, they want to be in their PJs or whatever, do you accept that, or must you see them?
You don't have to see them; they can be in their PJs too. I mean,
it's such a relaxed workshop. It's so relaxed. If they want to pitch up in their PJs and their blankets and their hot water bottles, it's fine.
This morning I was talking to I didn't try to sleep like 4 a.m, but I pitched up for a thing this morning. I was in my PJs in the bed in my bed office, and I'm like, but we're doing this. Finishing up the last stuff, and then I'm here, I'm awake, I'm just not dressed yet.
And there's so it's 2 sessions, correct?
Yeah, that's right. It's one tomorrow night. It's 2.5-hour session, starts at 7:30 in the evening till 10, and then next Tuesday the 18th is the consecutive session. And then what we started is a WhatsApp group. And we will support people because there's certain exercises they've got to go and do at home, but fun stuff that they can really get their teeth into. So we've got a support group that we will keep them in a safe space with, with whatever they're going through, whatever, if they've got comments or questions or they want to share. It's a safe space. And then, it takes 30 days, 21 to 30 days to break a habit and create a new habit. So we will be supporting everybody on this workshop for 30 days after the second session, because we really want people to come to the workshop and effect change in their life. We don't want to just go rah, have a nice time, bye, you pitched up, bye. Now we actually want them to follow through and take responsibility. So we're going to have this group where we check in with them, and they have to be accountable to us for 30 days to create those new habits.
Okay, so bad habits, right? Are you talking about smoking? Can you like?
It's so personal, because a bad habit for me might be that I'm not exercising enough. But a bad habit for you might be that you spend too much time on your computer. So you've now got to, balance your time. So it's very, it's very subjective. But obviously, what is important in your life is to have balance. So we want to be healthy. But healthy for you might be just drinking 2 liters of water a day, and maybe you're only drinking 1 glass. So if you can just do one thing that helps you on the health side, activity, nutrition side, which is drinking water, then just do that. There's no right or wrong. It's what's right for you. So,
that mental space of catching yourself out, hovering on negative thoughts. And then I catch myself out all the time. And I'm like, why am I doing that to myself? Or just spending a bit more time with yourself instead of spending and trying to satisfy everybody else and always be there for somebody else. Sometimes it's okay. And I do that a lot. Sometimes it's okay just to say, I'm happy in my bed tonight, recuperating. I just don't want to. I'm warm and watching Netflix. Thank you. And I do. People, I've started saying no. And I mean, if there's really a need, fine. But sometimes it's just necessary to do things for yourself. And just want to add on also Monday the 17th. We'll talk about it just now. There's just half an hour before the Tuesday with a color code, but we'll get into that just now. So those are that little bit that we've added on. Yeah. But yeah, there's little habits like that. I mean, I've got these cards that's lying here, and I've learned that from the interview from Mark J. Some affirmations and things that I'm proud of that I've done, or things that people have done for me, just being grateful. And I've got a stack next to my bed as well. Instead of first thing in the morning grabbing your phone, you just don't even have to read it. You just go, grateful for having food today. You just flip through it. It's your mind actually takes it in subconsciously. And it's amazing what a difference it makes. I thought it was nonsense until I've done it.
Well, that's the trick, right? I mean, as, people hear life coach and they hear workshop, and they hear you're gonna sing Kumbaya around a circle, and then your life is gonna be fine. But I like what you said in your email at the end. You said, like, if you want results, then you've got to commit to it. It's all about how much you're willing to put in is how much you're going to get out. And I can relate to that when it comes to stand-up comedy. I used to mentor some comedians back in the day. And I always used to tell them, look, it all depends on how much you put in. If you go on the stage once a month for 5 minutes, you're not going to excel very quickly. You need the practice. You need to keep on, learning the craft and owning the craft and all that stuff. The same with being a musician. If you practice once for 15 minutes every month, you're not going to get very far very quickly. But if you're practicing every day, or maybe not extensively, but if you're exercising that muscle, you're going to get better at it. And I guess in this, yeah. And I guess with this workshop, it's kind of the same thing. You give tools to people that they can use in their daily lives, and the more they absorb it, the more they understand it, and the more they use it, the better they're going to get at becoming a better person. I mean, that's what I understand.
That's exactly it. And you know what, Joe? It's the little things that we do. It's like getting out of bed and just making your bed.
Yeah.
Start with the little things. We kind of think, I've got to now create these new habits, and I've got to and I'm going from here to there. And then what happens after 5 days? Because we're not reaching that. We just give it all in, and we just say, oh, I throw in the towel. I'm not even going to worry anymore. I'm just going to go back to. So it's doing little steps regularly, which is what you were saying. You've got to do it. You've got to do it regularly, otherwise you're not going to actually achieve anything. But it doesn't have to be anything big. It can be small little steps regularly every day, and that starts to shift you, and then you can move to the next step. After 30 days, or after, if it takes you 60 days, whatever the person's personal journey is. And then you can start moving towards, all those bigger things that are there, but you just start with the little things and you start getting those right. And then things start to change, and then you become more inspired, because, you see that you're actually coping and you're achieving those little things. Then you start having that self-belief, well, now I can actually push myself a little bit further.
Yeah.
And it actually is so healthy to be out of your comfort zone 20%. To be 20% out of your comfort zone every day is how you grow. And some days we're not able to do that. Perhaps we actually just want to be in our comfort zone, and that's fine too. But bear in mind, when you pushed out of your comfort zone, that's how you grow. Joe and I have been pushed out of our comfort zone coming on your show. Yeah, this is way out of our comfort zone. But you know what? Thanks, Joe Amelia, because now you've facilitated growth within us. So you see, it's just put yourself out there, do something that's going to push you into growth, into doing something that's, even something like showing random acts of kindness to other people, going to your neighbor, for example, who might have been indoors, not seen another soul for the last however many months, just to say, would you like to go for a walk with me? Would you like to go and, around the block? And just such little things like that it takes courage to go to somebody and show them kindness, especially a stranger or somebody you don't know that well. And that's even out of your comfort zone. So you see what I mean? Comfort zone doesn't have to be anything radical. It can just be small little steps that are out of your comfort zone, but you're actually doing maybe something to help somebody else, show kindness. And you know what? By giving, and I know this because I've experienced this, when you give, the reward to you is so much greater than the person you're giving to.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It is a wonderful, wonderful feeling to give. And giving doesn't have to be material things. It can be giving of your time. It can be giving, as I said, asking your neighbor to go for a walk, picking a flower from the garden and giving it to your mother, or it's little things like that, and so all of these things, we can integrate in our lives on a daily basis. And by doing those little things, you'll start to feel the shift within. And that is real, because I know that's what's happened for me when I've done that. And I think, Joe, you've also experienced it, haven't you?
Absolutely. And also sometimes being kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Most of us don't always do.
That is true. All right. Okay, so let's talk a bit about this color code thing. Color code personality science. It's a personality test. I'm gonna do it live on YouTube. So I'm kind of nervous because I have no idea what to expect. I just read the beginning of this, but Ridell, maybe you can just explain a bit more about what this is. What am I about to do?
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Klaus Wannenberg, he's my crazy yellow friend. He's yellow. His core color is yellow in Sweden. And like I said, he was my personal guide. We all had these tribes. That's basically what we're doing now, is creating a little tribe. But that one was quite big. And they create these little tribes. So he's walked that 6 months journey with me. But he's a certified trainer on this color code. So he's jumped in with us, and he has given us a special link whereby the first thing is free your core color anyway. But he's created that for us. And with this link, if you do want to do the full thing, it's not necessary. I did it because it's really interesting. And then he's going to do a presentation for us on the 17th quickly, just explaining all the different colors. And it's very interesting because it's not just personal, but they use it in workspaces and things, and use it everywhere. And you start realizing, but that one is perhaps a red. No wonder he just can't change those and those behaviors because it's ingrained from birth, basically, in that person.
Okay.
So you get your 4 different colors. So you've got to answer it now as you were when you were a child.
Okay.
So this is what it's going to look like. And everybody's going to do it as an exercise. And then he will explain. And then you go, oh, but that's why I can't. That's why I act that way. That's why I feel that way. And it all starts clearing up for yourself. I got to know myself even better because I knew it, but I was just ignoring it. And then there's some aspects where there are strengths, and it's not everything always. And then there are some things that we can probably work on, and we just, there were a couple of things, and you pick like 3 that quickly comes up for you. And then you start understanding people a little bit better, like Linda's a blue. No wonder, we just want to help the world.
Yeah. Do you know more about the colors, what they mean, or anything?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I haven't done one of the Zoom presentations with Klaus for a while. So, Klaus, if you're listening, if I say something wrong, please correct me next week. So the reds are your more like, they like, I don't want to say money orientated but they want facts also. And, blues are the ones that will give everything for free and be very emotional. And we're very guilt prone. We have a problem with that ourselves. Nobody needs to make us feel guilty. Your whites are more of your, I want to say like your political people. Okay. In a sense of, if you ask them to give feedback now, they will, it's too much. Yeah. Send them an email and they will actually send you a detailed response back. Where a red can answer a thing like this. I'm secondary red. That's the way I operate. So, and then your yellows are the fun people. The way they want to make money is having fun. And they just want to have fun. They're like the lorry-doors. Oh, let's go to the mountains, like Klaus does, like for a month off the grid. Okay, let's go. But there's a lot more to it, but it's really interesting. Like,
but now, everybody who comes to our course, does our workshop, will get this gifted to them. Joe, hey?
Yeah. So Klaus has really made a lot of effort and I thank him gratefully for that. Mm-hmm. So if they want to do the full thing at some point, with that link, they'll get $10 off. So that's a gift that Klaus has created for us, and it's really interesting. And once you see all the colors, then you start going, okay, that makes sense. And like it'll put like certain celebrities to it, and then it all starts making sense. And then you start seeing people around you, literally. Like, Linda, I really thought you were a blue. I think both are yellow. Let's see if I'm right.
I feel like I'm revealing some personal things about me right now that if people are focusing, they're gonna be like, I knew it.
And we all have different colors. We all have them, but one will be your more core one. One will be a secondary, which is your operative, the way that you operate in the day. Operate in daily life. And it's really explains a lot because, like, I can't switch off caring, and I can't, And now I understand why. And I always try to dampen it. It's who I am, and that's my heart song. That's why I'm who I am, and do what I do. And then Red explains why I do things the way I do things. So yeah, it's really interesting. So
Actually, no.
how are we doing there, Joe?
I'm on number 30. I don't feel I'm that afraid. I was definitely unproductive as a child. Like that's yes.
My mom made me productive.
Yeah, my mom tried as well. It didn't go too well. I remember the one teacher, and I was, I think, grade 3. Actually wrote on my report like, Joe could do better, but he's too busy being the class clown. So.
But I can get very like.
So you had your calling from a young age, Joe.
Yeah.
Definitely, and I'm very scattered brain as well. But Joe is a lot more, I think, organized in some way in his mind.
I don't think I'm that organized. That's
Well,
just
he can
because
do
you
properly.
saw. No, that's just because you, like, I don't know. Maybe what makes you think I'm organized? I'm
You
definitely
mentally organized. I'm a scatterbrain. I'm like a squirrel. Like if I see squirrel, or sometimes like a goldfish. What was I saying? So, Linda, what is your experience being a blue? Have you read a bit on it?
I didn't really read too much on it. And how did you find out your secondary color? I didn't see a secondary color.
So then you can do the test with that link, and you get the $10 off, and then it carries on with everyone.
Okay. So I need to do that part then. So I've only done the blue, which is, I think it's very empathetic, okay? We're very empathetic with people, and
Yeah.
sometimes put other people first, hey? We kind of tend to put other people first before ourselves,
Yeah. And talking about that, so Linda sent me this beautiful gift on Friday for Mother's Day to make me feel uplifted during this time. And as I opened the box, the essential oils was like a burst of love. And there were nuts in, and chocolates, and essential oils, and a gift voucher, and it was just so beautiful. And that's the kind of thing blues do.
Yeah.
Just out of the blue. I'm blue, da 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 da.
Yeah, I remember that song.
Okay, so wait, 36. In an argument with a parent, I was typically in an argument. Okay, so you're having an argument, disrespectful of authority and verbally manipulative. Definitely not. That would require, or that would result in a PK. Verbally attacking, and nope, that would also result in pain. Emotionally distraught and hung up over fairness. Yeah. Silently stubborn, uncomfortable, or confused about how to respond. Definitely emotionally distraught. That was
Me too.
Okay. When interacting with others sorry?
And we were not allowed to talk back. You just go like
Yeah. And the child was most concerned with being yes. What if you have 2 answers? You can't choose 2, right? You have to choose. I guess you have to choose
most.
One, yeah. One that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, I also had more than one answer. There's not a right or wrong. It's what you feel most, maybe.
Also, as often in social situations. Followed by others because I was followed by others, admired. No, I was definitely not admired as a child. Protected by others. Nope. Envied. Nope. There's none of these.
You were most often.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I definitely wasn't followed. That no one. I was the unpopular kid, so like no one followed me. Okay. Admired by others, I doubt that very much. Again, unpopular kid. Protected by others, again, unpopular kid. Envied, definitely not.
But weren't
So,
you happy and carefree?
yeah, for the most part, I guess. Yeah, okay, I'll go with this one. No, but I don't feel I was envied though. I don't know. Okay, I guess, yeah.
Maybe you just didn't see it.
That one. Feel alive and positive in my youth. I sought adventure, excitement, security, acceptance. If a friend crossed me, I would act if nothing happened. I'd be deeply hurt and find it almost impossible to forgive completely. I would feel hurt, hold my feelings inside, and avoid interacting with. Nope. I would express my anger and demand an apology. Yes, that's yeah. Yes. As a child, I was quiet, easygoing, and or lazy. Yeah, pretty much. I was most likely known for being yeah, that's the one. And then lastly, as a young person, I generally was seen as contented, a voice of reason, and or often overwhelmed. Nope. Playful, enthusiastic, and or irresponsible. Nope. Well, maybe actually. Proactive, action orientated, and quick tempered. Nope. Concerned about others, sensitive. Okay, this one. Cool. So I have to put this stuff in.
Yeah, then it's going to send you an email with your color.
Oh, yay. I don't have a zip code. Just put 7550 or something. I don't know. 756. I am 30 to 49. Shh, don't tell anyone. I am married, yes, and I am a male.
You sure?
Yes.
After that other presentation of you with the wig that you had on. That was so funny.
I was experimenting, okay? I
It
was
was so
seeing.
funny. You should do it
I
again.
was-
It was hilarious.
What best describes why you're taking this personality test? I have
Because I'm on
an
the
HR.
interview.
Yeah. I'm just curious, having fun with friends. That's pretty much spot on. Gmail.com. Free extras, free training videos, understanding. Sorry if you're watching.
I'm just saying no. No more than what is necessary.
Okay. And then submit, or do I have to do this? Okay.
No, submit, and then it will send it to you.
Did it work? Almost done. Please confirm your email. Drum roll, please.
There we go. I told you you're a yellow.
Oh, my word.
Well done.
I'm getting this better. I'm getting better at it.
All right. So let's see. Motive. Fun. Yellows are motivated by fun. Yeah. Need to look good socially. Yeah. Friendships command a high priority in their lives. Sort of. Happy, articulate, engaging of others, and crave adventure. That's true. Easily distracted. Yes, that's 100%. Yeah, they can never sit. Yep. They embrace each day, present tense. Yep. Like themselves, enjoy curious nature. Yep. Yellows are charismatic, spontaneous, and positive, but can also be irresponsible, obnoxious, and forgetful. Yeah. When you deal with the yellow, take a positive and promote light-hearted, creative, and fun interactions. I am a yellow. For a better relationship with me, you must accept playful teasing, Yes, I don't know why people don't accept teasing. I tease people all the time, and people get upset. Like,
No, but that's wonderful that you, yeah.
yeah, I'm a jokester, comedian. Hello. Enjoy my charismatic innocence. Okay. Value my social skills. Yes. Praise me when I'm on the stage all the time. And then remember, I feel deeply. That is very true. That is very true. You must not push me too intensely. Yeah, you don't push me. Don't nag. Just ask me once. If I say I'll do it in 5 minutes, trust me. Ignore me. Don't ignore me. Don't do that. Don't, please stop. Forget my creativity. Yeah, that hurts. Think I'm a lightweight. Yeah, don't think that I'm a weakling. Okay, because these guns. Okay, no, okay. Criticize me seriously. I like constructive criticism. You don't have to be an asshole about it. Okay. And cool.
So Joe, does your wife do all the right things?
Yes, I think she's a yellow too, so we understand each other quite well. So yeah, she definitely doesn't do the must nots. Like, she doesn't push me too intensely. She definitely doesn't ignore me. She doesn't forget about my creativity. She may think I'm a lightweight. And yeah, she supports me rather than criticizes me. So like, she's very good at pointing out faults, but not in a bad way, like, supportive way. Yeah, this is cool. All right, so this is like spot on almost. Well, pretty much spot on. Yellow. Okay. Maybe that's why I like my favorite color is blue, so I would have liked to be blue. But I like yellow too.
So you must please join us next Monday if you can, from 7 to 7:30, and then you're going to see a lot of from the other colors, and it's really interesting. And somebody else also said to me that when he did that and he started seeing, he was really not getting along with his boss very well, and they always just bumped heads. And then after that, and he looked at the presentation where Klaus is explaining the different colors briefly, he started seeing some traits of a red in him, and he just sat with him one day, paid attention to him. He took some of those things with him, and they got along fabulously. So it created absolute peace most of the time, which wasn't there most of the time. So yeah, it helps, You can use it everywhere.
Okay, and Linda, you're a blue.
I'm a blue, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Joe, you're also blue. Hey, we both ended up being blues.
Yeah, I'm blue and secondary red, so
I must find out what my secondary one is.
Hey?
I said I still have to find out what my secondary one is.
Yeah. Which one
So,
thinks that,
is there something in this color personality thing where you can mix your colors? Because if you mix
it's the secondary will show all your colors and your percentages, sort of. I mean, it's and Klaus will explain it nicely where the specific one comes from, which is amazing. So you have a bit of everything, but I've got my full one, like I said, and it's really interesting. And they give you a full one. Most people don't even read it, but it's really interesting. I'm still working through it if I pay attention to it, but I'm okay. But yeah, but when I put my mind to a thing and I want to do something, I'm secondary red, so then it must be done now.
Awesome.
I get very impatient. Very.
All right. So basically tomorrow's the first session. How are you guys feeling about the first session? You ready? Nervous? Excited? You want to run away? What's happening in your minds?
Too late to run away now.
No, we're there for the long haul. I think we wouldn't be normal if we weren't a little bit nervous, but I think we're more excited, hey Joe, than anything. It's been such a wonderful journey, putting it together and going through all the different processes ourselves. So we're really excited to share it with people, because it's quite powerful and really, and it's fun. And you know what? Life without humor, I don't know how we would survive without humor. And that is something that's actually so important to bring into one's life on a daily basis, is to bring in laugh. Just find something to laugh at. And humor it's, you know, if you think of music, music is a connector, of a universal connector, and humor is also. And so if we can laugh more, it also helps us just, you know, it just helps just take all the noise away. And so all of these sort of things we can bring into our daily lives, become more mindful of, you know. And some, you know, if you actually stand back in your life and you become the observer. I mean, if I actually look at some of my interactions with my teenage kids, and that, I'm like, oh my God, this is hilarious. Just look at this, you know, because you're so serious in the moment, and it's like, oh, you know, and I'm trying to be the controller and the parent, and then I stand back and I'm like, oh, this is so freaking hilarious. It's like it's like a comedy show, for goodness sake. And you know, you can actually see the humor in your own life. If you can laugh at yourself, I tell you, that's the best humor, actually. But to just be able to laugh and not take life so seriously, because actually we're actually here to have fun, and we mustn't lose sight of that. And you know, despite whatever's going on in the world, and it's all portrayed as so serious, and you know, this and that, and you know, mask yourself up, and all these rules and controls. And if you just sit back and you look at it, it's so funny looking at people walking around with masks. When the lockdown first happened and everybody was standing in queues at shops to get into Woolworths for their masks, I remember standing there and I was like cracking up laughing. It was like, it just looked hilarious. It was just like, you know, really? Are we actually doing this to ourselves? It's like so flippin' funny. Do you know what? You can just, on a daily basis, you can just have a little bit of fun with yourself. And actually, we don't have to take things so seriously. We can actually enjoy life and laugh at silly. We don't have to laugh, you know, at the expense of others. I don't mean it in a nasty way, but we can actually just, you know, laugh at ourselves. I mean, I laugh at myself. Some of the things I say, some of the things I do, I'm flipping hilarious. It's like, really, woman, have you lost it? So it's, you know, it's, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it would, yeah, well, find the funny in life.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to put it, you know, whatever tickles your fancy, whatever gives you a bit of a tickle, laugh. You know, laughter is definitely the best medicine. Comedy has helped me in my life. You know, and I agree with you 100%. We need to laugh. Even if it's at yourself, why not?
Absolutely.
But I think it's equally important to also go within and sometimes, you know, have also acknowledged those sad feelings, because we kind of just push it in a garbage can or under the rugs, and sometimes we do need to let those things surface.
Yeah.
And then you can decide what to do with it, and you just chuck it.
Yeah.
You know, but if it's suppressed, that's why we all become so, and you don't even realize why, but then when you sit still and you tap into those feelings for a little bit, then you realize that, oh, okay, no wonder I'm so miserable right now. And sometimes just allow yourself to cry over a friend that's passed away, or that's not doing so well, or that's now coming from a blue, okay? But I think we all have that, and that we need to surface it a little bit and just acknowledge it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think there's a famous comedian who once said he was doing a stand-up comedy routine, and he said, you know, sometimes you just need to cry. Not like a little bit of a tear. No, you need to wail and scream and just
brighter. Yeah, exactly.
liquids coming from all different holes you never knew existed in your face. Just let it all out.
Yeah. It's so true.
He busted my bubble on Friday, so I was like, I'm like, oh, you've been suppressing all this stuff, and now this just cracked it completely. Just took one little thing. I'm like, please just feel better.
But then once you've done it, you feel better.
And then it's done. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true. It's you know what, it all goes back to mindfulness. Just be mindful of how you're feeling in the moment. And you can decide, you can say, right, I actually am feeling down. Why am I feeling down? And you just go, as Joe said, you just go within. And the most important thing is acknowledging everything you feel, whether it's anger, whether it's you want to laugh, whether it's whatever it is, just to acknowledge it. Because just by acknowledging, you diffuse it a little bit. And then sometimes you need to just allow it to be for a little bit longer. And other times you can shift it immediately, just with laughter or with, actually realizing it's not the end of the world, or, there's something else that you can put your energy into. So it's all the balance. It's really, and you know what? Some days we get it right and some days we don't, and that's okay too. It's just, start afresh.
Sometimes I call my mom and like, Mom, I need to cry and I can't cry.
Oh man. All right. So we've got just under 3 minutes. Is there anything you guys want to mention before we head out, before we say bye?
I would like to say thank you, Joe, for inviting us on, and thank you for everybody being here. And also just that, and thank you, Linda, and everybody that's part of this journey with me through all this time. But we're also not going to keep it away from people. Anybody is welcome. It's going to be a safe space. None of us are perfect, and we're not going to walk perfect out of it. But let's just keep the call going.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, and yeah, from me too. Thank you so much, Joe. It's really been fantastic, and we appreciate you having us on your show. And yeah, Joe, other Joe, it's two Joes here. It's like Jojo, Yo-Yo and Jojo. And,
I'm the cool one. Don't worry. That's
yeah. Are you both cool, eh? And yeah, and Joe. Ridell and I are just so excited about this workshop, and we'd love to have you join us. And everybody's welcome, whether or not you can afford it. So yeah, we are. Yeah, we're really we're sharing in this workshop. We're sharing from our hearts. We want people to connect with their hearts. We're going to have light moments. We're going to have deep moments. It's going to be a whole journey that we're going to go on together. And we're really, really excited about it. So, yes, we'd love to see you. And thank you, Joe, again. It's been lovely meeting you and being on your show.
Oh, thank you so much. Someone's asking, where's the link to the course? It should be in the description, unless I forgot to put it in there. But I don't think I was given a link to the course per se. I think you sent it to me now, Ridell, right? That was the link you sent now.
No, that's the one for class.
They can email us. If they email us, then we will send them the actual link.
What's your email address?
Linda@inspiringexpression.co.za.
All right. I think Ridell is typing it in.
Okay, you're typing it,
Joe. maxyourlimits@gmail.com.
All right. Okay, yeah, cool. Then
I had to choose that long time ago, right?
Cool. So those of you that are watching, if you're interested, just email that email address. I've put it in the live chats at the moment. So email that email address, and then you'll get all the details. Yeah. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to do a quick sign off. You're welcome to stay backstage, and then we'll give a proper goodbye when I'm done. But if you have to go, I also understand. So no worries. But if you do have to go, thank you. both of you for coming onto the show and sharing all this, sharing the workshop with me, and also being part of the process of finding my color. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Ridell and Linda. They have a workshop. It starts tomorrow. It is called, come on, Joe, don't forget now what it's called. I forgot what it's called now. I feel embarrassed. But it is a workshop. Like I said, you can email, thank you, Ridell. Awakening Your Heartsong. I knew she was going to quickly message me. You're awesome, Ridell. Your Heartsong, that's what it's called, that workshop. Please go check it out. Again, the email you want to email is that one, maxyourlimits@gmail.com. It's really cool email address because it's maxing out your limits. Like, you get to a limit and then you just max it out. That is positivity and ambition all rolled into one. So yeah, please go check it out. Please email them. They do have some slots still available, and like they said, everyone's welcome. So have yourself quite an experience and find out who you are, and maybe you will also be a yellow or blue or red, purple. Doesn't really matter. We're all different, and that's what makes humans so beautiful. So if you are feeling down, or if you maybe feel lost in your life, maybe this is the workshop for you. So go check it out, please. Support them and support Ridell as well. Amazing violinist and pianist. She's done amazing work. So please also go check her out as well. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back tomorrow evening for a Rebel auction and giveaway. Details are on my YouTube channel. You can find that link to the live show on my YouTube channel, and all the details are in the description of that YouTube event, as well as don't forget, Thursday it's Comedians Roast the Headlines again. Please come join us for a good laugh. Like we just said, we all need a good laugh sometimes in our daily lives. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I don't see you before then, or if I don't see you then, stay safe, be kind to one another, and I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.